What's going on, everybody? Dan, the Ultra Dad here. Hope you're doing well today. Hope your training is going well. I am counting down to the Mohican 100. I'm very, very excited, and that's what this video is going to be all about. Let's get into it. Welcome back once again, everybody, to Ultra Dad. This is my YouTube channel all about running, trail running, ultra running, everything running. We love it. We love it all. As a matter of fact, I just ran my first road marathon about a month ago, and now I'm going to be running a 100-mile ultra marathon in less than a week. So we are counting down today at the time of the recording of this video. It is Sunday, May 29th, 2022. And I'll be running the Mohican 100 on Saturday, this coming Saturday, June 4th, 2022. So it is real, it is happening, and I should be more terrified. I don't know why I'm not. Maybe the reality hasn't quite set in. I hope you enjoyed my live stream with Ryan Day, my friend Ryan, of I Run on Beer. That's the name of his YouTube channel and his Instagram account. So great conversation about the Mohican 100. He is running the Mohican 100 as well. And got a pretty big group of friends that are running as well. So it's going to be just an amazing, epic experience. That word epic gets overused so much, but when you're running a 100-mile ultra marathon, I think you have the right to use that word. So anyway, I thought today I would just share with you kind of what what's included in my countdown here as I get closer to the race. So just about 5 days until the Mohican 100 begins. And, at this point, the training is over. I'm just resting my body, letting it prepare itself for this crazy race that's happening. And I'm mostly trying to train my mind and just prepare mentally for what I know will be an amazing, fun time, but a very painful experience as well. 100-mile ultramarathons always are. The body is tested to its limits, and at the end of it, you feel you're drained and exhausted, and your body is very, very sore and hurting. Hopefully not hurting from an injury, but just from overall fatigue. Man, just thinking about this is making me get more nervous as I speak to you right now, to be honest. But, it's so exciting. I mean, it's just to be able to put yourself into a situation and an athletic event like this to test yourself and see what you're made of, see what you can do. When you know for sure there are people that will not finish the race, for sure that you yourself, like I have failed to finish these races in the past. So knowing that alone is very intimidating, but it forces you to kind of rise up and face the challenge of such a race. So definitely gets me excited too, because I've finished them as well. As a matter of fact, I've finished the Mohican 100 twice at this point. This will be my third time. Hopefully the third time is the charm and I'll be able to do it. It's just going to be so, so exciting. Thank you so much for following along. I know that a bunch of you are, and I appreciate your support so, so much. So in this video, I thought I might do kind of some odds and ends, just talking about, I definitely want to talk about my mental preparation, what I'm doing, thinking through what I'm going to do, and just getting ready for this big test. But I also wanted to talk to you about a couple things I got recently. So I got some nutrition that I went ahead and bought from thefeed.com. That's pretty cool. This is not sponsored in any way. I wish it was, but it's not. So the Feed is a nice place to go if you want kind of a variety of different like nutrition, hydration, things that you might need during a race. I bought some Spring Energy gels, which have always worked well for me. Actually, that's not true. That's not a true statement. They've not always worked well for me, but it kind of depends on the stomach. Sometimes my stomach's not really in the mood for super, sugary things and sweet things, but definitely Spring Energy typically is that. But I really like this Power Rush flavor. I really enjoy it. So I got, let's see, I got 4, 5, maybe 5 of these, I think. And then I went ahead and tried some new stuff. That's actually one of the number one things you don't want to do with an ultramarathon is try something new. But I am going to throw these in just to give them a shot. This is Scratch. It's a relatively new brand as far as I know. Now, maybe they've been around for a while and I just haven't heard of them, but these are Scratch Energy Chews, raspberry flavor, and I got 2 packs of these, so I think they'll come in handy. And then I'm going to go completely nuts and do something different that I've never tried before, and hopefully this isn't my downfall with the Mohican 100. I doubt it will be. But this is untapped. So these are pure Vermont maple syrup. That's the nutrition stuff that I got. I also purchased a couple big tins of Gatorade, powdered Gatorade. So I really have enjoyed Gatorade recently, which is odd because that's like the most, basic form of hydration that people have had in the past. But when I ran the Flying Pig 100, when I ran the Flying Pig Marathon last month, my first road marathon, I just drank Gatorade pretty much all day, and I really, really enjoyed it. I just drank the Gatorade at the aid stations every mile, and it kept me, very hydrated, and I had tons of electrolytes in the system, so it was great. So I really enjoyed that. So I'm kind of going back to the basics, right? But I bought a couple tins of powdered Gatorade, and I'm going to be using that at different times in the race. So that'll be good from a hydration standpoint. I usually go with Tailwind, but this year I'm not going to do it. So we'll see. I think my brother's bringing Tailwind, so I might mix it in. I'm going to kind of do a bunch of different things. Hopefully that's not a big problem. We'll have to see. If you watched the live stream, you saw a couple of my little things that I'm going to be bringing that I showed Ryan. But one of those is clear eyes because I wear contact lenses. And definitely my contacts get dry during a 100-mile ultramarathon. This is Clear Eyes Maximum Redness Relief. I'm bringing those to keep my eyes nice and moisturized. And I'm bringing Dramamine, nausea, and vomiting. Hopefully this doesn't come into play. Knock on wood. I have actually lucked out quite a bit. I'm sure this is going to give me bad karma or something. But typically I haven't had an issue with that. Sometimes I'll get a little bit kind of uneasy with my stomach, but typically it's not an issue. But I definitely decided I needed to have something just in case. And then I got Squirrel's Nut Butter Anti-Chafe. This is really good. In the past, I've used Body Glide, but a bunch of runners and YouTubers I watch, of course, use this and just have a ton of good things to say about it. So I'm going to give it a shot for chafing. And, that's kind of it right now. I did order a new pack that I'm going to be using. I bought the Salomon Pro, the Salomon Sense Pro 10. I have some people like my brother who have the 5. Actually, a few other people I know that use the 5. But I decided because I may be going, back out to the Wasatch 100 in August or September, I might need a little more capacity for a mountain race like that. So I purchased the Sense Pro 10. Hopefully it will be here on time. So we'll see. I waited to the last minute to order it. So right now they're saying it's going to come in on Friday. I'm really hoping maybe it gets here a day early. We will see because on Friday at some point we're going to be driving up to the race. So we'll have to see. I might have to use my old pack, my old Salomon. I don't even know what the model is. It's an older Salomon pack. Let's talk a little bit more about my mental strategy and mental preparation for a 100-mile ultramarathon. So as you can imagine, a 100-mile ultra is very, very painful on the body. And also another aspect of the mental preparation is in the beginning, you're tempted to run fast because it's so exciting. Everybody's going out, they're really excited. They're running out fast from the start line. And some people just don't throttle it back and they end up, burning out way, way too quickly. So I've run enough ultramarathons to know that that's not a good idea. I know I kind of hinted last week or 2 weeks ago that was a strategy I was thinking about. Truth be told, I knew all along kind of deep inside that was not going to be the right strategy for me going out fast. And to be honest, over the past week or two, I've been thinking, I'm definitely going to go out at a pretty slow pace. So if you listen to the live stream, I think 7 hours for the first marathon of the 100-miler is probably a good idea. That'll give me plenty of walking in the mix, and slow running, and just will be very, very chill, and I think is the best way to go as far as how I'm going to be running my speed. And then after the first loop, I might try to speed up a little bit for the next couple loops, but generally speaking, I'm going to take it slow and steady and see what happens. The last thing you want to do is get to, like I did last year, get to mile 75 and be totally cooked, and have a really hard time continuing. So that's going to be the strategy. And so mentally, I'm preparing for that, trying to basically, I don't know if Zen is the right word, but kind of just have an attitude that I'm not going to get overly excited. I'm not going to get overly, upset or excited, kind of like golfers do. So there's, with golfing, the strategy is you don't get upset or excited. You just kind of stay in a neutral, mindset. And that's going to be my goal with the Mohican 100. And as I get to the start line, just try to be really steady, even-keeled, and not let anything get me worked up or excited or nervous or any of that. Just be very, I think even-keeled is probably a good description for how I want to be at the start line for the Mohican 100 this year. So mentally, that's kind of the mindset and the mental space I want to be in. And, with that said, I also know there are going to be times in the race where I'm hurting really bad. My body's going to be, aching, physically fatigued, mentally. I'm going to be exhausted and stressed about the idea of continuing on. And so I'm trying to kind of own up to that and just look it in the face and stare it down and just accept the fact accept my fate, really, that's what's going to happen. And the next step is to know how to respond to that and to know that those difficult times are going to pass. That's a big part of a mental preparation for a 100-mile ultra marathon or any long ultra. You're going to have low points, and you just have to prepare yourself to know what you're going to do in those low points. And so for me, a big part of it is just to slow down, relax, take it easy, and just realize that it's going to pass, and better times will come. Because the truth is, with a 100-mile ultra, you're so tired and you're so exhausted that things like that kind of get magnified. And so when you're in those low points, they seem far worse than they really are, and you think that it'll never pass. But the truth is, they pass actually pretty quickly. And that's what I found during my races, that you go into that low point and it feels like it could last forever. And then within 5 or 10 minutes, you could completely turn around. And that's not just my experience. That's something that a lot of people have experienced with these things. I think a lot of it has to do with how tired you are, obviously how fatigued you are, but that stress definitely magnifies those feelings. And so my goal is going to be to re-enter that level-headedness, re-enter that neutral mindset, and just keep going and let it pass. And just understand that that's going to happen. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about a lot from a mental standpoint and a mental preparation, as far as how I'm going to prepare myself for the race. And hopefully that will help me because, it's inevitable. I'm going to have painful and difficult times in this race. And the more I accept that, the more I remember what it's like and think about that and think about what can happen, I think that I'll be more prepared to deal with that when it does. So anyway, that's kind of what I've been thinking about the past couple days. I'm going to be continuing to prepare in that way over the next few days as we get closer to the race. And it's going to be fun, but the bottom line too is just to enjoy the race too. I don't need to be super serious about it. I think that will serve me well to be laid back about it and not get overly stressed about and overly serious about, what my goals are, my life, what my life goals are with ultra running, et cetera. It's tempting to get into that stuff, but I think you do better when you are more laid back, relaxed, and then just enjoy the process. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I hope, again, your training's going well. If you have watched the video to this point and you haven't subscribed to my channel, now would be a great time. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. It helps it out a lot. And I just thank you so much for doing that and for watching my videos. If you like this particular video, hit that like, thumbs up. It'll help other people find this video as well. All right, if you have any comments about the Mohican 100 as we're counting down to the race, definitely hit me up in the comments below. I'd love to hear your comments. If you're running the race, tell me how you're feeling and how you're dealing with being mentally prepared for this 100-mile ultra marathon, the Mohican 100, coming up in just a few days. All right, have a great day. Hope your holiday weekend is going well, and we will catch you in the next one.